mystical, magical, beautiful, amazing beings. Again, this is the Lord Mystik. I am actually probably dropping these back to back, but the previous video talked a little bit about a show clip that I watched that a fairy on the show had mentioned about how they adapt and adjust to the vibration and frequency of the realm that they are in. And so I wanted to follow up on that just really, really quickly, because I wanted to talk to you guys a little about some elementals and some different things. But if you didn't listen to that clip, I would suggest go back and listen to that one. It's less than 10 minutes, just to kind of lead up into this one, or even after you listen to that one, just go back to piece together a little bit of what I'm saying. But what came up, what I thought about, even though I had to go at the time, was just in general the law of vibration, and wanting to just explain a little bit about what that is, because I think that as we move forward, and there's some people that still has some misunderstandings, and just with energy and vibration and frequency. And while this is going to be short, so it's not going to be like an in-depth scientific quantum physics, like whatever type teaching, is just to give you a general understanding of what the law of vibration is. And if you haven't looked at the universal laws, I would highly suggest that you look those up. Look at the ones that are considered mutable versus immutable, which typically comes up when you Google universal laws, and get very, very familiar with those laws. So something that came up when we disconnected was just regarding the law of vibration, and just understanding that everything is energy. I know we say that a lot, but a lot of times it's still very minimized on what that means. That means every single thing has an energetic value, has an energetic frequency and vibration, whether it's a sentient item or being or not. So the chair that you sit on has a vibration, has an energy. The car that you drive, the pen that you use, it's not just for those beings that are breathing, or as we call sentient, or have a level of consciousness, right? Every single thing has energy. So when you really think about from that, that's where it comes into this oneness that we talk about a lot of time, and just the energy that's constantly being shared and that's an exchange. So everything is an energetic exchange. And when you look at, well, what is energy, if we break that down into some even smaller concepts, which could go way deeper, but just from a general standpoint, we're looking at vibration and frequency. And so that's going to be the one of the ways, right, or the main way that we can view energy. I know the universal law we talk about a lot is that all is mind, which is like the number one kind of universal law, which is very important. But also to understand that when we get into all is mind, we're still talking about the frequencies and vibrations of that. Your thoughts have a vibration, your feelings have a vibration. The brain, so to speak, is not your actual only mind. That's actually not, that's just a part that's connected to your physical body, honestly. But to realize that, again, every single thing holds their own vibration and frequency. And so you can have one thought like, I want to be a millionaire. I desire, because I would try to stick away from wants. I desire to be a millionaire, and so I'm not understand, and then it's just like, but I have issues with money, what's going on? And it's just like, because you can have that thought, but there also can be programs, deeper thoughts that you really have still within your subconscious about your relationship with money, your thoughts about money, okay, which have a vibration, as well as there can be the feelings that you have, the emotions that you have about vibrations, because we do have a thought body, an ethereal body, a emotional body, along with our physical body and so on. So it's not just our physical body. And so that's where it's important to understand these universal laws. And as we talk about reading the energy of things, because outward behaviors can be false. And yes, energy can be manipulated, But everything has an original energetic starting point. The majority of people are not highly skilled where day to day with every moment of the time they're manipulating energy that way from the energetic signature, the vibration and frequency of something. They may be manipulating it by their outward expression, their presentation, their behaviors, what they say and what they speak. But when you really tap into the core of the frequency, not so much. And so even when we're talking about working with other energies like deities or angels and elementals, and even connecting with your higher self or your oversoul, however you refer to that, and your ancestors, etc., all that also comes down to, at the purest essence of it, energy, vibration, and frequency, and knowing and being able to discern what that is. And a big portion of that is going to be being attuned with your own energetic signature, because as you're attuned to your own energy, you actually will then be able to pick up on low vibrational energy that's non-beneficial to you, the energy that is beneficial, energy that feeds and fuels you, the energies of your ancestors versus the energies of other outside beings. Like, that's how you can discern whether you physically see or physically hear or anything like that. According to your clear, you can always rely on the energetic vibration and frequency to read for that clarity. So what I do want to say regarding the law of vibration, and I'll actually so what that is an immutable law. It is it basically says that nothing rests, right? Everything is constantly moving, everything vibrates. So even with that, there's this false belief or program of neutrality, right? Or being stagnant, which really isn't a real thing. You're constantly vibrating, and energy is very cyclic as well. But whether you're moving forward or moving so-called backwards is the best word I have for it, that can be a thing where it can feel like you're regressing, but there is no such thing as complete true stillness. And so when you think about that, it comes to this place of, which one do you choose to be? Do you choose to move forward? Do you choose to move in reverse or backwards? But know that nothing rests, and everything is constantly moving. It also says that the whole universe is a vibration, okay? That means every single thing that exists within our multiverse is a vibration, and science has confirmed that as well. So you can actually research this too, that including people, beings, at the core are pure energy vibrating at different frequencies. And so that's the different frequencies is what makes us unique, is our own individual expressions, is how when we are as a fractal of of source, the primordial, the most high, the whatever you refer to that it is our own individual frequency that is that unique expression, right? And you can also look at that as your soul or your spirit or whatever that may be, but at the end of the day, it's still energy. And so that's when we're talking about the law of vibration, is that everything that we experience with our senses really is conveyed through vibrations. So everything comes through, then it kind of transfers to the mental realm. You know, your thoughts are vibrations, your emotions are vibrations, as I stated. So there isn't this, every single thing has a vibration and a frequency. And when we get into high vibration and low vibrations, that's a little bit different. But I wanted to just say that to spark the kind of that conversation, so that as we move forward, talking more about energy and working with some of these elementals or some of this energy, that you have a basic understanding of what that is. And so you can of course research, look into the law of vibration a little bit more in depth, just to get a deeper understanding of that. But when you really think about key things, nothing rests, everything is always moving, right? Energy never dies. You know, let's just leave it at that for right now. Energy doesn't die, right? It's not destroyed. Let's say that, right? And so again, even when you transition out of this physical body, that is your physical body, the avatar of this dimension, energetically, you still exist. And so when I mentioned before about adapting to the vibration of your of the realm, that actually has a lot to do too with, like I said, when we're incarnating, right? When we incarnate into this and embody into this experience, why or how we chose what we did, being male or being female, some of the experiences that we're having or that we agreed to from a soul level or from a spiritual perspective coming into this embodiment. And when you think about it from that, those are all things that can help you to understand your purpose, your lessons, the things that you are here to actually do, to transmute or to create, etc. And so it really ties a lot into too when I mentioned that quote, that not quote but statement before, about adaptability, about how that's a big part of what energy manipulation is. It isn't a negative thing. This isn't about a good or bad, but about the ability of being able to adapt to the vibration and frequency that you're operating with and that you're on. Whether you want to call that transmutation, elevation, or ascension, that's the way you manifest, and that's the way that you bring forth into this dimension and this reality of things from the ethers that you are creating and that you are manifesting. And so I wanted to just again just drop this really quickly. And so I'll be back to talk a little bit more about, like I said, the energy of some of these beings and different things. But I wanted to follow up with this first, so that as we talk about like what is draconian energy or fae energy or serpentine energy or angelic energy, these different things that as we talk about connecting with these beings and their energetic vibrations and essences, that there's a general understanding of what that even looks like and means energy wise and vibrational wise. So okay, so I will talk to you guys again very soon. As always, have a mystical, magical, prosperous, amazing day, and I'll be back with you soon. Bye.